computer. Okay, so again, as you guys know, at the middle of the or the end of the May, as most of the schools are over, and unless you're on the East Coast, probably you might have a school until June ending, or June, mid of the June too. But anyhow, this is the time is flicking super fast. I want you guys, keep that in mind. What we need to accomplish basically in this classes as well, and your school as well, because I don't want you to fall behind. Okay, so I don't want you to fall behind, so that way you should be good to go. Okay, so I'm gonna just to quickly review. Let me share my screen. Let's see. So I'm gonna just review what we did in the previous class, so that way we have some ideas, and then we can go from there. Okay. All right. So can you guys see the screen? Yeah. Good. Okay. Thank you, Sudesh. Awesome. So just to kind of like quick review, in the last class, we talked about it, linear equations, which is a lot of the pre-algebra, algebra will be covered in this one, and a little bit of algebra too, but not most of it. But so we talk about it when you solve or simplify the equations. We have two types of them: elimination, substitution, algebraic, and graphing. We did talk about it, just kind of like briefly, what's the one solution look like, no solution look like, and infinite solutions look like. And we did a couple of questions, and we looked into some using some graphing technology to understand. So graphing technology to understand a little bit of the more how we kind of like what is the one solution means in terms of the when we have two equations out there. And also we looked into similar type of equations using the algebraic method. When you have the both of them are y equal, you can always equal them and then you solve them. Okay. So we're just quickly reviewing it from the last class, so that way you guys have some refresh, and then we can move further onwards on this. And based on this, when we looked into some other questions as well, and basically, like sometimes they're gonna skip a letter, whether it is going to be slope or whether it's going to be intercept, one of them is missing, and you have to find that value. So those are the questions that are very familiar for the PSATs and SATs. So I want you guys stay focused with those. And then we looked into some techniques and also looked into more questions and then also some techniques out there. Okay, so this is what we covered in the last session. And now we can continue built on, wait a minute, where's my pen? Hold on. Okay, give me 1 second, okay? Where's my slate? Okay. Give me 1 minute, please. I'm gonna grab my writing pad. All right. Okay. All right, so let's continue more quickly. Thank you. So that's what we covered in the last class. So we'll continue with the next topic. Not the topic, but I want you to explore more different type of questions in this topic, so that we should be able to answer them, easily. So what we start with let me put one question here, and then we will start with the other ones. So I'm going to put one question here. I want you guys to give it a try. There we go. Let's get started with this question and put the answer in the chat box. Just a little bit of this. Put this one here. This one here. You go ahead and answer that question quickly, and we can go over that one together. Just adjusting my screen, that's all. Okay. Right. Abhishek, can you please read the question for us?
If 2a minus 7b equals 10 and 2a plus 7b equals 2, what is the value of 4a squared minus 49b squared?
Mm-hmm. That's good. I see some answers already popping up. That's good. Let's give it a try. So 2a minus 7b is 10, and then 2a plus 7b is 2. What could be the value of the 4a squared minus 49b squared? And these are the really good questions for the test, because they're not difficult. I mean, difficult in the sense is like doesn't take so much time if you know the technique. But if it is don't know the techniques, it takes a couple of minutes out there. Okay, let's wait for 30 more seconds. See if you guys can get it. Again, if you don't know it, it's okay. It's not a big deal, but we want to make sure you guys learn those techniques as we go through. So first of all, when you look at these questions, 2a minus 7b is 10, 2a plus 7b is 2. Sometimes when you answer these type of questions, first thing our mind is going to say how the teachers teaches in this classroom, like including me. So first thing what we think of doing this problem is like, okay, yeah, 2a minus 7b, that is 10, and also 2a plus 7b is 2. And normally, first thing comes into our mind is elimination method. So you want to eliminate them, and then you normally go with like, okay, stop it. For a, that is 12, a is 3. Okay. Now, and then you think of like, okay, I'm going to find the b value. So then what you do is like, you take one of the equation, 2a minus 7b is 10. You replace with a with the 3 minus 7b, that is 10. And then 6 minus 7b. And you bring that one to the other side. Then it's going to be what is 4, and b is negative 4 over 7. Okay. So, but again, now you have a and b values. What you do, you take care and then plug it in back into this. That's what we teach in school, right? Whenever you see two equations, that's what normally you see. Wait. Somebody have a text. Just let me see what you guys put them up there. Will it be a non-calculator question? Yes, it is non-calculator question. Okay, because this question has a technique. That's what I'm going to talk about right now. So once you get the b value, what you normally do is I'm telling normally, good. And then what you do, you take the 4a squared minus 49 b squared, and you just try to plug in these numbers out there. So it's going to be 4, a is 3 squared, 49, b is -4, 7 squared. And then just going to be a lot of math, right? This is what we normally teach in school. So 16 out of 49. A cross b is 49. What is it? Minus 36 minus 16. You end up with a 20. Okay. So this is the general method when this question is given into the in a regular school or in your algebra class. Okay. So what did we do? I'll just repeat it. We did use the elimination method. Elimination method to solve the variables. And then once you solve the variables, you go plug back into the whatever the equation they're asking or expression they're asking. But it took a long time, right? Obviously, we have covered a couple of concepts out there. Excuse me. Now, what can I do if the same question comes under the test? What is the easiest way? Okay, eyes on the screen quickly. And this same question, we're going to do it a little faster. Tip. Okay, so this technique is basically based on a formula. If you see a question like this, one is plus and one is minus. Plus and minus have the same thing. There is one rule in math. One rule in math, which is a plus b times a minus b. Give me 1 second. I'm going to take this call quickly. All right, so one rule is a plus b times a minus b. You can write it a squared minus b squared. Okay, so that is the one of the rule in math. We can use it. It's called it's called perfect squares. So once you have this one, I can see this question falls under this category. How do I know it? I see a plus b. This is a or b. So this is a minus b and then a plus b. So I have 2a plus 7b and then 2a minus 7b. Okay. If I do this one, a squared, which is 2a squared minus b squared, which is 7b squared, right? If I follow the formula. If I expand it, what I get is 4a squared minus 49b squared. Okay, it's the same thing they're asking about. You see that? So that's what they're asking about. But now since they're asking the same thing, but I know these values, all I have is this is 10 or this is 2, and then this is 10. All I need to do is multiply these two, which is 20. Okay, so instead of doing a lot of math, we can just simply look at the problem, identify what category it falls under, and then once you identify the category, and then you see like, oh, okay, if I multiply these two, I should get the answer. All you have to do is 10 times 2, 20, done. Your answer is done. It won't take less than not even 2 seconds. Just if you get these questions, yes, you're lucky. Because you see as 10 and 2, multiply those two, you choose your answer, you're done. That fast you can do this. But if you don't know the technique, it may take a little longer time, like this. But if you know the techniques, and it can come to like this. And also this is, you can be, I mean, I wrote a steps to explain, but you don't need that time to do this also. So you just look at it, question 10 times 2 is 20, done. Move on to the next one. Good. So remember these techniques. Those are the ones is really important to save some time for your test. Okay. Good. All right, next. Let me see if I can find any similar questions on this. Okay. All right, so similar to this, and we're going to try another one. And this is also a really good question we see every time there's a SAT or PSATs or ACT, and these questions are the important ones, or I always see on the recent papers as well. Okay, all right, let's look into this one. Sanjana, can you please read this question for us?
5x minus y equals 11, 2x minus 2y equals 9. Based on the system of equations above, what is the value of 3x plus y?
So you have a 5x minus y is 11 is given, and also the another value is given. And we need to find out what could be the value of the 3x plus y. Okay, so let's give it a try. I want you to guys see if we can find some easy way for this. And I see some answers that are popping up there too. That's good. That means you guys already know the technique, which is good. But if you don't know the technique, no stress. I'm going to go over that anyway. But I want you to give it a try. What if you forget something? Okay. What if you forgot the technique? And how do you take care of that? So let's give it a try. And then we can go over this one. Let me get you guys a minute. Try. That's good. I see some answers coming up. Good, very good. Nice. Awesome. So this question, I am not going to do the longer method because obviously you can do eliminate for the x and then eliminate for one of the variables, and then you plug back into the question system, and then you can get the x and y values and go back and put it into the 3x plus y. You can do that, but there's an easy way for this. Okay, eyes on the screen. We're going to do the technique on this one. Okay, I'm not going to show you the long method. We're going to do it easier way. Okay, eyes on the screen. 5x minus y equal 11, and then 2x minus 2y equal 9. Whenever they give you two equations, just think of always there will be some easy way to do this. Okay, the easy way for here, all you can just need to pay attention to what they're asking. So they're asking about this 3x plus y, and then keep that in mind. Come back to your equations and see, can you see any relation here? If I add or subtract, can I get this equation? Okay. Same way, if I use my logic behind last question, if I use these two equations, can I get this? If you have that logical thinking, these questions are super easy. Okay. Now, once I have that one, then I can see if I take away 5 minus 2, I get a 3. I feel like, okay, that might be faster and then do it easier. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to subtract. Okay, subtract, subtract. When you subtract, you have to change the signs. Don't forget that. So 5 minus 2, that is 3x. And then this is negative y minus plus 2y. That's going to be a positive y. Okay, that is going to be 11 minus 9, which is 2. Okay, so it is a positive 2. Good to go. Does that make sense, everybody? So that's the C is the best answer for that. And then you can get that answer right away there. Cool. So here we're not spending too much time. We're spending the answer pretty quickly. We're getting it. 5 minus 2 is 3. And then this minus this is you get it. So that's what your answer you need it. All you have to subtract these two. 11 minus 9, you get it 2. Cool. That's all your answers. Good to go, everybody? Feels good? Okay, that's good. Now, yeah, that's good. Awesome. So let's try similar to this. I want you to pick up each similar type of questions so that way you feel more confident on these type of questions. Okay. All right, let's pick up one more question. Bhavani, can you please read this question for us? Can't hear you. How about Srinidhi? Can you read this question for us?
Yeah. If AB equals -4 and ABC equals 12, what is the value of C divided by AB?
So in this question, they gave you, I mean, it's not the similar to what we did it, but again, it's a same systems of equations only. AB value is given to you, and then ABC value is given to you. And what could be the value of C over AB? Let's give it a try. Give it a try, because it is important that you guys try and then have that struggle. And that way you remember better instead of me just giving the answers fast. But if you try, struggle, even if you get a wrong answer, you still remember better because you know what mistakes you guys did. Okay. Give it a try. I see some answers coming up. That's good. Good. Very good. Nice, nice. Come on, everybody, put the answer. Okay. Good. Okay, awesome. All right, so feels good. If you don't know it, you can just put it, I don't know. That way, at least I know what you guys know and what you need to know, okay? Right now, let's look into it. So AB is -4, ABC is 12, and we need to find out B's over AB value. Now for this one, I guess you already have the AB value. So this is good. All I have to find out the C. If I get the C, obviously I can get the rest of the answer. So simple words, AB is 12. If I want a C value, that is 12 over AB. Agree? I'm dividing by AB on both sides. Already good. Now, but I know the AB is -4. So that means 12 over -3. Or I did the math already in my head. Okay, so AB is -4. So if I divide it, C is -3. So C is -3. Just plug it in. So all I need is this. C is -3, AB is 4 or -4, and then your answer is 3/4. This is easy, easiest question, but sometimes we gotta be careful with them. Okay, that is good. Now, the next one we can see. Okay, so this is also another easiest one, but it's famous. I mean, you know, we see like all of the tests, and even including your, if you're taking algebra 1, or you know, you see these questions all the time. All right, Sudesh, can you please read this one? Sudesh,
Oh,
yeah.
sorry.
Right.
Two numbers have a difference of 4 and a sum of -7. What is their product? A, negative 33, B negative 10.25, C 8.25, and D 10.25.
Right. So there are two numbers. Difference means you subtract them, you get 4. But when you add them, you get it -7. Okay. And you need to find out the product of them. Let's give it a try and see what you guys think. Okay, I see some answers coming up. Let's give it a try. Few more seconds. Okay, that's fine. If you don't know it, so you can put it, I don't know, that's totally fine. That's okay, no problem. But we can check it. No worries if you don't know it. Maybe a couple of more seconds. All right, 10 more seconds. We'll go there. Okay, no stress if you don't know it. That's okay. So it is better if you don't know those questions, because that way we can learn them. And then once you learn them, then you feel better. So that way it's easier for us. Okay. All right, let's go over this question. Okay. All right, so yep, I see some answers. Okay, eyes on the screen, everybody. Let's go over this one. Now, when the two numbers are difference is given 4, and then when sum is -7, like two numbers, you subtract them, you get a 4, but when you add them, you get a -7. So what could be their product? So anytime you have a question like this, just put them in a simple words. Like, let's say two numbers, there's A and B. The difference means A minus B is 4. And then A plus B is -7. Okay, that's it. Once you get the equations, then this is pretty simple, right? Just subtract 2A, it's -3. A is 3/2 or -1.5. And then similarly, you plug it into one of the equations. So I'm going to take maybe the second equation, A plus B or A minus B, whichever, doesn't matter. So I'm going to take this one. So -1.5 plus B, that's -7. And you can just add, just do the math. B is 7 plus 1.5, that is -5.5. So once you get the B value, what you're doing right now is the product. Product is just you multiply those two. So it's going to be -1.5 and then -5.5. We multiply these two. So let's say you can get around like 8.25, something like that. Okay. That's good. Okay, so check this question. See if you guys understand it. If you don't understand, please ask. I can go over it one more time. Feels good. Show me thumbs up, everybody. I know you guys are attentive. That's good. That's good. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Shritesh, Abhishek. Yeah, awesome. Excellent. Cool. So let's do a few more questions on the systems. So that way we're totally good to go with these type of questions. Let's see. Abhishek, please read this question for us.
2A divided by B equals 1/3.
Mhm.
C over B plus 1 equals 5/3.
Hmm.
Based on the system of equations above, what is the value of A over C?
So they gave you some couple of equations. This time they're not asking for A or B values, but again, they're asking A over C. Just give it a try, use your paper and pen and see what you guys can get it. Give it a try, because it's important. You try them, you struggle them. It's okay even if you don't understand or you don't get the question, but as long as you try and you see that difficulty level, that is going to be much better than not doing it. So, okay, let's give it a try. Give it a try first. Yeah, I see some answers coming up. That's good. That's good. Try. That's good. Let's give it a try. Cool. Okay, very good. Few more minutes. Let's get you 1 more minute or 30 more seconds, and then we can go over this. Yeah, I see some answer results already there. That's good. Okay, no problem. Anybody else having a trouble? Tricky questions? Yeah, sometimes these questions are tricky. That's the reason we are looking into a different type of questions. You know, so the more the different type of questions we see, and you know, so that way you're going to be much better in place. Because sometimes if you see, you know, one question already before, and the next time when you look into a similar type of question, your brain recognizes that pattern faster, and then you know, like, oh yeah, it makes more sense, and then this is what we need to do. Okay, so it's a really important you try. Okay, let's see some answers more. That's good. And then don't stress about if you get a wrong answer. I'm really not worried about getting wrong answers. It's okay. It's okay to get wrong answers. Okay, let's take 30 more seconds, okay? And then we'll move on. And I'll explain it to you guys. Let's give it 30 more seconds. Because these questions are a little bit techniquey. Because all you have to just look for it carefully, and then you can do it really easily. Okay, all right, let's go over this one so we can get an idea how to work on these type of questions. And especially if you see, it's not they're asking for numbers or anything like that, just asking some letters, and then it confuses you most any times given to you. Okay, now eyes on the screen, put your pencils down or whatever, and so that we don't miss the concepts here. Eyes on the screen, okay? Now they gave you 2a over b is 1/3, and then this is given to you this. Now a asking like a over c. So if I can bring something close to a over c, then I can do it easily. So I'm gonna kind of give you an idea here, eyes on screen. So a over c, can I write it this one? A over b, since I have the a over b times maybe b over c, or if I can do that, let's see, okay, reply, okay. If I do the b over c, is that gonna work? Okay, b over c, or maybe c over b. Okay. So let's see. So if I do it b over c here, and we can just say the reciprocal, keep change flip, c over, or maybe c over b. C over b. See, a over c, I can write a over b and then c over b. Why? If I can write this one a over b, keep change flip b over c. You can cross these two, you can write it a over c, right? So what does that mean? If I can get the value of a over b and then c over b, I can do this. You guys understand what I'm talking about? I'm giving you some background information how to get to these questions. Now let's say I'm going to find the a over b from this equation. From this, let's divide by 2 on both sides. So you're going to get a over b is 1/6. Everybody understand how I get the 1/6? Good to go. Show me thumbs up, everybody. I want to make sure you guys are everybody attentive. Thumbs up emoji on the screen. Thank you, Sritesh. Good, 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 good. Srinidhi, are you in front of the computer? Okay. All right, so the a over b is the 1/6. Similarly, I can bring this one, c over b is 5/3 minus 1, which is 3, that's it, 2/3. Okay, so that's b, c over b. So all I need these two. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna just put it together. So this one says a over b, which is 1/6, divide c over b, which is 2/3. Keep change flip, 1/6 times 3/2. Or you can simplify anything. That's 1/4. See that? This question is not difficult, but when you look at the first time, this question, we're like, oh man, we'll look at this, so many fractions and so many letters. How do I get it? It's not, there's no a over c in there. So, but if you kind of like look at the basics up here, you're using the fact dividing fractions, that the basic up here. Based on that one, we can find out the a over b, c over b, and we get the answer. Okay, makes sense? Good to go? Feels comfortable? So yeah, these are the different type of questions, you see them, and then I want you to guys make sure you guys are totally good to go with these type of questions. Because the more you expose to a different type of questions, and then the brain find those patterns out easily, and then you're gonna do well on the test. Okay. Okay, one more question, and then I can get you guys a break. Let me see, which one should I get you guys? Oh yeah, this one is good. We did this one before, not before, but again, similar type of model. So let's try this. Bhavani, can you please read this question for us? can't hear you. For some reason, mic is not coming. Prab, can you able to read the question for us?
7m plus 10n equals to 7. 6m plus 9n is equals to 1. Based on the system of equations above, what is the value of 4m plus 4n?
Yeah, okay. All right, that's good. Let's give it a try quickly. I'm gonna give you guys a minute to try to work on this. Okay, I see some answers. That's good. Alrighty, let's see the answers. Let's go over this so that we can get some break. All right, let's see. Good. All right, eyes on the screen. Let's go over this one. So obviously, if you remember the technique that we did it before, and it follows the same similar technique up here too. Okay. So one thing, if I carefully look at it, any relation in this one, or any relation that I can simply get the answer on this one. So first of all, if I look at it, this is 7, this is 6, but this is 4. I cannot get right away like that, right? But what can I do? Okay, see the previous questions, if I subtract, I got the answer here, but eyes on here. So this is similar to that one, but it's a little technique question. So I'm gonna take that equation 7m plus 10n is 7, and then 6n plus 9n equal 1. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna subtract. 7 minus 6 is 1n. This minus this is 1n. This is going to be what, 6. But if I look at it carefully, they're asking, wait, this is plus, right? Yeah, this is plus. Now they're asking just 4n plus 4n. All I have to just multiply the entire thing by 4. So that way I can get 4n plus 4n. If I multiply these two, I get a 24. So my answer is 24. Easy. so you can get it a little faster then. Okay. And sometimes you may think like, how that brain works faster that way. It's just practice. It is not no magic or anything like that, but obviously you try more times the similar questions. The next time if you see a question like that, then you're gonna know, oh yeah, this is what I did so last time. So I'm gonna use the same logic here. Okay. So my strong suggestion is go over these questions as many times, practice them, and work on those practice questions. I mean, it's a world of internet. You can find a lot of questions. You can always search and then try them, but don't gather so much of materials and work less. I rather just focus on whatever we have, focus and practice them. If you want to get an extra book or whatever, that's totally fine. You can work on those, then it should be good to go. Because sometimes what happens is internet is too much information and it's really hard to find or focus on, okay, what I'm going to do today. Okay. So it's, that's one of the reasons why I send it step by step, like whatever the lesson we learn, based on that, I send the homework so that we are master on that concept. So little by little, just like a puzzle piece, you put one puzzle piece at a time, and then it's the entire thing will be completed. So same way, we're practicing, we're getting better at each concept. And then by the time you take a test, and you're totally good to go along with your do practice too. Okay. All right. So since it is okay, so 2:56 already, what we're gonna do, I can get you guys a little break. So take a 10 minutes break, and then so that way we should be catch up with the next one. All right. Let me pause the. Let's see, where is this? Okay. So after this one, if you see all these questions up there, and then we're gonna look into some reading and writing materials today, maybe I can get you guys some practice tests so that way we can see how much you guys are working on, and what else you need to focus on. Probably I can stop pause so that way we can check on the test wise. But let's check where you guys in terms of how much time are you guys able to put it on. Just share some, one or two things that is happening, and how much time are you able to put in. So it's always good to check, and then that way you should be able to put in a little bit more. Any volunteer? Otherwise, I'll call the name to see where you guys are. All right, I'll start with the Abhishek. Abhishek, tell me what's going on. Where are you in terms of the practice room?
So last week I had a lot of makeup work because I missed a week of school because I got COVID.
Oh man.
So I had to spend a lot of time on that. But next week I should be able to do at least 30 minutes of practice a day.
That's good. Awesome. Yeah, so it's a commitment. I know it's like some kids, they took a test on the SAT on the March 1st week, something like that, and then you might get it. And then in case if you took it, you might get the results on, so we can analyze those too. But it is a commitment. I know it's not easy. So you guys are here on Saturday, and that commitment is important. And then following that plan, it is next really important. So Dej, how are you? What's your status?
I'm doing good. I did practices.
Okay. That's good. That's good. And Sanjana, how about you?
I've been doing pretty good. I've been able to practice at least a bit each day.
Each day. That's good. Nice. And also one more thing, like whatever the topics you guys are doing right here, I mean, if you're in calculus or AP calculus, you may not be seeing this one, but if you're in like algebra class or geometry or algebra 2, this stuff, it is going to help you even in school too, because some of the concepts we cover here, it's basically, it's all from your books only. Okay. Prab, how are you?
I'm good.
Okay. So how is your practice coming along?
It's going good.
Did
I'm
you?
doing practice with
Okay.
the sample test and also the notes which you are sending and also the chapters which you are uploading on online.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Good. It's a one thing I just want to tell you is like, at the beginning, like, oh, I'm going to do this one really good. I'm going to get this scores. But when it comes to the school starts and you have a lot of school homeworks to do, and then on top of that, there are a lot of phone, friends, and WhatsApp, Facebook, whatever. So many things are there for this distraction. And easily we can get distracted. Let's say if you want to start reading, and then finally somebody calls you, and then you're gonna get in that conversation. And then somebody text, send you some video, and then you funny video, and then you scroll, you spend a lot of time. So it's easy to get distracted. But it is important that you guys, determine like, hey, I want to do this 30 minutes. How do you do this 30 minutes? It's important that you bring that commitment to yourself. Okay. How about Sritesh? How's everything going with you?
It's going good. 1, 2, 3 hours every day.
Oh, that's nice. That is really
I
good.
just forget to log it.
Yeah. Yeah. It will be nice if you put it up there so that I can keep track of them. And yeah, just the more, again, same way, like I tell you the same example every time. The first time, remember the first time you came to a new place. Let's say you went to the school. Everything is new, building is new, and then you see like, oh, where's this one? Where's my classroom? Where's restrooms are? Where's cafeterias? Like, where's offices? All new. But after a month later, and even if you close your eyes, you can tell like, hey, you go to the left and right, you gotta go to the you go to the cafeteria. Like you can tell them right away. Why? Your brain already recognizes the patterns. Okay. So just keep doing it, practice it, at least a little bit every day, and we're gonna get the scores out there. Srinidhi, how about you? Srinidhi, can you hear me? How about you, Bhavani? Okay, your mic is not working. Okay. All right, so hope you guys are working too. Just put that commitment towards this, and that way you guys can really would do well. And that's what we want to see. And then you're gonna get that result. Like once you get the results and you can compare with you and your other people, and then results you get them, and then you're gonna be the first person who will be happy, you and your parents, and then we. So we want to see that from you guys. Okay. Anyhow, so that is a quick check because so I just want to see like where you guys are in terms of this. Now let's see. And last time, let's see, what did we do? Let me see. Am I still sharing my screen? Yeah, I can share my screen. Okay, so in the last one, I think it looks like we did some reading levels, advocate, and also it looks like we took some practice as well. But tomorrow we're going to focus more onto the lesson wise, because I know a couple of you guys are missed. I'll send you this recording anyways. But today, let's see. I want you to check where you guys are in the writing part. We spent more time on the reading. We're almost done with the reading, and then we are going to pick up the writing examples and how those techniques and all. So I just want to check where you guys are in terms of the writing part. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to give you guys a check today, and it's already 3:15. Arizona time, but so probably let's take this 15 minutes, and then just can get an idea where you guys are in terms of that. That way I can, we can plan our reading as well. We can prepare that one. Tomorrow, I want to spend more time on covering more techniques of the reading, and mostly the reading and reading. And then hopefully by this week, and then we're going to finish the reading part, and then we can jump onto the writing as well. Okay, so what we're going to do right now, I'm going to give you guys a link, and I want you guys to start with the quick writing sample. And I just want to see how you guys are with this. And then based on that, we can check on the next one to everybody. Yeah. So since it is I can send you guys a little bit early because I know it's like tomorrow we got to see again. So I can send you guys quickly if you're done with this one, but don't rush on this one because I want to see how much you already know. Okay. So let me put that link here. This is a writing part. So go ahead and click that link and take a 10-15 minutes, read them carefully, and then try to answer them. And then we can go back and then see, I can get an idea where you are in terms of this. I'm gonna pause this one so that way, let me record this.